Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This video is going to be well, I don't know what it is going to be yet because I am getting ready to go over to a girlfriend's house. She's having a girls' night, so I thought, why not just film a makeup tutorial? I am just using what I like to call just a transition palette. It does have transition shades, and they're all Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I just thought, why not sit down, record, and see what happens. My neighbors are partying right now, so it's probably going to end up being a voiceover at the end of all of this. And if you just want to hang out with me and see what kind of makeup look I come up with, then just keep on watching.
Alright guys, so I've already primed my eyelids as well as did my eyebrows off camera. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow, and I am using my, what I like to call, a transition palette. First we're going to use the color Birkin. It's like this pale tan color, and I'm going to use that as my first transition shade. You can create this palette on the Anastasia website deal where it's 8 shadows for I think like $70 or something like that. Anyway, I think Anastasia Beverly Hills is the only place that you can get the 8 pan palette for a deal. I think Sephora and Ulta have the 4 pan palette. So I wanted 8 colors, so that's why I did it off of their website. The next color we're going to use is Burnt Orange, and I'm just going to layer that right on top of Birkin just to deepen up our crease. And the color that I'm using on my outer V is Hot Chocolate, and I didn't show it to you guys, but it's the darkest color I have in that palette I picked out. And what I am doing is just applying it to my outer V very lightly because it's very pigmented, and then I'm going to blend it out and just continue to build up the color because I do want my outer V to be a little bit deeper than the rest of my eye, of course, for some dimension. The next color we're going to use for our lid is Grandstand by Makeup Geek. It's a foiled shadow, and I'm just going to pack that all over the lid and kind of blend everything together. I didn't use any Fix Plus, so this is the shadow as is right out of the pan. So it is super foiled and it's beautiful, like this golden pink champagne color. So we're going to use that highlighting shade from the Morphe C palette to highlight our brow bone. I prefer a shimmery brow bone highlight. I know some people like a matte finish, but I just think having a shimmer brow bone highlight makes my arch pop just a little bit more. So that's my preference. If you don't like a shimmery highlight, then of course please do a matte, whatever you're comfortable with. The lashes we're going to use today is Koko Lashes in the style Goddess. They are my favorite, and I actually went ahead and I did my wing liner off camera, so I'm just touching up, making sure everything is blended. For the face today, I'm going to prime with the Too Faced Hangover RX, and our foundation is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless in the shade 220. Normally I would use a beauty blender to blend this all out, but I guess today I wanted to try something different, and of course I kicked myself in the butt about it because my foundation application just didn't come out the way that I wanted it to. I thought maybe at first it was the foundation, but I just realized after watching the footage it was maybe the brush. but it did not come out as flawless as I wanted it to be. So here I am thinking that I need to just add a little bit more coverage, because you definitely can build up the coverage with this foundation, but it just didn't work out for me. I'm going to highlight with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the color Light, in the shade Light. And again, I normally use a beauty blender to blend this out, but again, I wanted to do something different for a change, and that was not working out for me. The brush that I was using, this round top kabuki, actually I think I've used it to like set my under eye with powder before, so it was just becoming a mess under my eyes with the powder being stuck in the brush, and then it was clumping up on my face. And at this point I was already running late to get ready for my friend's house, and I just could not stop and redo everything. So I got my beauty blender trying to like blend everything out, and if you notice right on top of my cheeks, I think that brush kind of like wiped away the foundation, so I needed to cover it up with some concealer just to make sure it all blends out nicely. So next I'm going to set my face with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I just dust this all over my face so that my foundation is set, my concealer is set, and I don't have a sticky base anymore. And then I'm going into the Morphe palette, contour palette, to just highlight a little bit under my eyes with the banana shade, just to give it a little bit more brightness, because I wanted my under eyes to pop. And then I'm just going to warm up my face with this light tan shade from the same Morphe palette. And I'm just going to sweep it all over my face just to warm up. I'm not doing any real contouring or anything like that. I just wanted to do something quick and easy. And we're going to go into the highlighting shade, and I'm going to highlight the tops of my cheekbones and the bridge of my nose and a little bit on my Cupid's bow. I prefer a lot of highlight, so if you are somebody who likes a more subtle highlight, please just do to your liking. And I'm going in the Morphe 9B palette, and I'm just going to use more of a corally pink blush. So now I'm going to use Birkin and Burnt Orange, and I'm going to just smoke out my lower lash line just a tad so there's more dimension to my face. And if you guys have ever noticed, I don't do any kind of like lower lash line mascara because I literally do not have any eyelashes down there, so I just don't ever do it. If you have lower lashes that are really long and beautiful, I would say definitely add some mascara to it, but I don't have any. The ones that I do have just stick straight up into my upper lashes, so it doesn't work out. So I'm going to use a nude color in my waterline, and for lips I'm using Jouer's Noisette on the lips. It's a very warm brown color, which I love. This formula is super creamy and it's soft. I already typically have naturally drier lips that have lots of lines in them, so I always wear a base beforehand.
Well guys, that completes today's little get ready with me. I am so late, I'm pressed for time, but I hope you guys enjoyed this look using the transition colors, the one Makeup Geek color. It came out really nice. I did have a little bit of bumps on the way, but that's okay. You learn how to work with it. Anyways, I'm so glad you guys spent this time with me, and leave some love in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.